Hey, hey, can you hear me? Testing, testing, testing. I think it's on. Anyways, I just want to do a quick update because I think a lot is coming together and it's really exciting. I've stopped caring about to explain myself and trying to freaking build something for everyone. That's not what this is. I have been sorry, there's a lot going on here. Bear with me. But essentially, I have been building within Key. Love that little icon. And I just wanted to capture the current state because this is where we're at, where right now we have my key, if you will. No, it's just my key. And I've been capturing my thoughts so I can, think out loud in the way that I do. But I've been using this to capture either things I've been thinking while I'm building, ideas I'm having, thought dumps, things I'm struggling with, all aligned with something that I'm trying to create of my own. So that is what this tool is. That's what I'm using it for, is being able to capture my thoughts and really the evolution of my thinking as I'm trying to bring these things that are in my head to life. And essentially it's creating a living mind extension, a corpus, which we'll get into next. You capture your thoughts, and it needs some iteration. Key demo, if you will. 06/23/26. It's 7. It's July, which is crazy. And building key. And then you can basically organize your thoughts. So something I was exposed to a long time ago was Tiago Forte's second brain, building a second brain, where he exposed me, showed me the code framework, which is capture, organize, distill, express. So you capture what's going on, all these different, whatever it is, organize these thoughts. It's capturing thoughts, and then you organize them in whatever way, shape, or form, distilling, and then being able to express. And I'm not going into great detail because I'm quite tired. But with that, we have our corpus. So these are all the different thoughts I've been capturing since April 11th. So now it's July 23rd. And so here, what's happening now is when I capture a thought, it's going through an enrichment pipeline. So essentially pulling out whether first a summary, so and then as well as themes, emotions, and questions raised. And this is all subject to change, but it's just really pulling out these, I guess, entities so that we can find patterns across it. But it's even interesting to just see, because this is just prompting the agent each time with the thought capture, but it's also, oh wow, I'm all over the place. It's also feeding it the context of who I am and what I'm all about, because I think a big thing that I was feeling as a pain point with using these tools is that I'd have to be constantly repriming it, giving it the context it needs to understand what I'm thinking about, the necessary context it needs to operate. And so this has the context that it needs because, drumroll please, there's a memory document, if you will, that outlines who you are. Who are you? What are you building? What are you carrying? So these are all kind of, I guess, suggested prompts, if you will, and they're all to be workshopped as well, but it's really just you including the relevant information that you want the agent that's operating within this to always have information on. And there's actually layers to this because on top of who you are as a person, we have another entity, data entity, called pursuits. And these are things that you are working towards, things you're creating in your own life, things that you're trying to take out of your head. And so this is like that Russian doll where it's like one inside of another, because this, your pursuit, has a description of what it is you're building, the core question that you're I guess asking, and then what's your current mode? You're building, exploring, becoming, figuring out. And so that is where, see, I'm jumping all over the place, but essentially when I capture a thought, I can sort them into pursuits, and then these pursuits have those specific thoughts. That basically gives that, it's just like I'm talking to my thoughts, you know? It has all this information, and it's just like basically a mirror for me to think out loud, is what it is. But, and just being able to explore it. So here's a view of my thoughts in a spreadsheet format, and I think this is a good way for me to also see how the agent is extracting and where we can add a bit more normalization on the extraction so that it's something that can bring out patterns. Or if we can work with this to see it, yeah, it's just, this is ground zero, exploration zone. And why I wanted to film this, start just capturing these demos, they're just me sharing the current state of the work, but which, speaking of, I should change the name of this video to 07/23/26 demo. I don't even know if you can hear me. I hope you can. Can you hear me? Can you hear me, world? Yeah, I think so. Okay. But last thing I will say is I just added a work next feature, which is a to-do list, because all of this is about converting thinking into action right up here, into doing. And it takes consistency. If you look at my GitHub, you can see this is when September 21st. Do you remember the 21st night of September? I do, actually, because that's when I was so done with my bullshit of I want to do this and this and this, but I wasn't building. You can literally see that. You can see all the lack of building. And then I freaking popped off. And then it slowly dwindled as I started to get back into my head and get stuck. But I think that's the essence of it. It's that I wasn't stuck here, or I felt stagnant, but it's that things happen in cycles and ebbs and flows. And now we're back, baby. We're freaking back. that we got 2 contributions consistently, and I'm gonna beat this record, and I'm pretty sure there was a contribution here and it just didn't show. So, all this to say, it's about to go crazy up in here. Okay. Anyways, that's my current state of development. And, oh, sorry, I got so many tabs open. But that's that for me tonight. I'm in San Diego, and I'm